All right. Welcome to the Bright Side. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're in the Santa Cruz or Monterey area, I'll be doing a talk tomorrow evening in Monterey, or at the Embassy Suites Monterey. That's actually in Seaside, 1441 Canyon Del Rey, 7 p.m. And then the next night, I'll be in Santa Cruz and Soquel, actually, at the Inner Light Ministries, 5630 Soquel Drive. And then Thursday, December 4th, we'll be doing a personal meet and greet from 12 noon to 8 p.m. at Live Oak Hall, and that's for new CEO members only. That's a personal meet and greet. That's a fringe benefit for joining the team, joining the Brightside Ben team. There's also going to be it'll also be a business meeting, and we'll have some ideas about how you can grow your business. If you're in the Santa Cruz area, love to see you. Call Kevin Hurley, 831-234-6482 for more information or reservations, 831-234-6482. If you've been to any of my talks, you know that they're entertaining. I like having fun when I'm doing my talks. I like inspiring. I like sharing information, but I like having fun. That's why I call the program The Bright Side. Life should be fun. Life should be good. The Bright Side is about restoring control to our lives. Yes, it's true. The Bright Side's packed with information. I always have lots of information. I'm a data junkie. I'm an information junkie, and many of you are as well. I know I talk to you all the time, and I see you in my presentations. We like information, and you're going to get more information on The Bright Side than you're going to get on most other radio shows. But if I'm just informing you on this program, then I don't really feel like I'm doing my job. I don't want The Bright Side to be merely about information. I want The Bright Side to be about inspiration. Not information only. I want it to be inspirational. I want to inform, yes, but even more importantly, I want to inspire. Because you know what, guys? It's my friends too, and it's my family too, and it's my loved ones too that are being abused by the medical model. It's my mom and it's my dad who are being affected by this predatory model of medicine that has corporatized health, monetized our misery, and turned our diseases into a way of making money, turned our diseases into a profit center. This is just not right. It's not fair. It's exploitative, and it's just not, it's dirty pool. The Bright Side message is as simple as this. If we're sick, we don't have to be. If we're sick, we don't have to be sick. Because it is in the body's nature to heal. It is in the body's nature to recover. It is in the body's nature to reverse dis-ease with ease. To replace degeneration with regeneration. And I've seen it with my own eyes more times than I can count, thousands of times. I've seen rashy skin, itchy skin, zitty skin clear up and become clean and radiant in a matter of weeks, in a matter of days, really. I've seen the pounds drop. I've seen the blood pressure drop. I've seen the cholesterol levels drop over and over and over again. I've seen cancer disappear. I've seen pharmaceuticals eliminated. And if I didn't share this with everybody, if I didn't share this with you, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. The human body, the human being, is supposed to be healthy. Our bodies are the pinnacle, the ultimate, the apex of an evolutionary process that's been fine-tuning and refining the body for its survival for billions of years, starting 3.5 billion years ago with the first cell. The human organism is not supposed to be degenerated and fat and sick and drugged out and surgically cut up. And if that's what we are, it has nothing to do with doctors and has nothing to do with medicine. It has to do with what we're doing or what we're not doing. And that, friends, is good news, because it means that if we're sick, all we need to do is something we're not doing, or stop doing something we are. It's as simple as that. Do something that we're not doing, or stop doing something that we are. And that's the formula for health, for wellness, for energy, for joie de vivre, for joy for life. And there's no doctor in this formula. There's no drugs in this formula. There's no surgery in this formula, and with some exceptions, anyone who tells you that you need doctors or drugs or surgery is not your friend. Ultimately, when it comes to degenerative disease, we have the control, and the medical model doesn't want you to know this because it depends on our dollars for its existence. And that's not fair. That's not right. When it comes to degenerative disease, we have the ultimate say and we have the ultimate control, and that's the good news, and that's the bright side. That is the inspiring take-home message. The bright side is about restoring control of our health ourselves. I talked to my friend Gary this weekend. He's taking blood pressure medication, a beta blocker, a particular nasty beta blocker. Beta blockers block the heart. That's how drugs work. They block things, and beta blockers poison the heart. Low pressure, Inderal, propranolol, atenolol. If you hear OL at the end of a drug, chances are it's a beta blocker drug that poisons the heart. Yes, beta blockers poison the heart. What kind kind of healthcare professional thinks poisoning the heart is a good idea? What kind of model have we created where we poison the heart, or we ablate the heart, we run electrical current through the heart, or we cut the body up? In 100 years, they're going to look back at us. They're going to look back at your doctor, your kindly, sweet doctor, and they're going to think he was an idiot. They're going to think the medical model was retarded. That we drug the body to make it better. We poison the heart to make it better. We ablate organs. We run electrical currents through the heart. Anyway, so Gary's on a bunch of drugs. He's on 3 different drugs, right? He's on a beta blocker called low pressure or metoprolol. He's on Crestor for his cholesterol. And then he's on a really toxic drug, an anti-seizure medication called carbamazepine, or Tegretol is the brand name. Really toxic drug. He's taking it for bipolar disorder. He's got a doctor who's actually giving him one of the most toxic drugs known to man because of his moods, because he's got bipolar issues. Anyway, Gary is 6'6", weighs 230 pounds. He plays semi-pro football, and for all intents and purposes, if you looked at Gary, he'd look like the picture of health. But Gary believes he's not healthy. Gary believes he's sick enough to go to a doctor and be drugged and be medicated, and somehow the doctor really cares about him. Somehow, the doctor's going to give Gary medications / poisons that are somehow going to make him healthy again. They're going to restore himself to health with his poison drugs that are so deadly that he has to have his liver checked every 6 months. Somehow, these drugs are going to make him healthy again. So anyway, Gary calls me up this past a couple days ago, Saturday morning. He calls me up. So apparently, right before Thanksgiving, Gary wakes up with this terrible facial rash, and he thought it was adult acne. So, of course, Gary goes to the dermatologist. That's what we're supposed to do, right? You have a rash, you go to the dermatologist. All right, hang on. I'll finish this up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 877-300-7645 is our number. We're coming back at you with more good health information on The Bright Side right after this. Don't go away. Our number 877-300-7645. So I'm talking about this. My buddy Gary called me up last Saturday, a couple days ago, and apparently he got a rash over Thanksgiving. Thought it was acne. Heads right over to the dermatologist. That's what everybody does, right? When they have a rash, they go right to the dermatologist. Of course, the dermatologist gives Gary more drugs. This time, she gives him an antibiotic cream. She didn't check to see if there's any bacteria going on. She just gives him an antibiotic cream. And this is what doctors do. This is what dermatologists do. Antibiotics or steroids. That's it. She's busy. She can't take time. She's a doctor. She's got healing to do. She's got other patients with facial rashes that need metronidazole or antibiotic cream. And did the antibiotic cream work? Of course not. It's not a bacterial infection. If you have a rash, you have redness on your skin, your body's defending itself from something on the inside, not on the outside. And all you got to do is look at the package insert for any of the 3 drugs that Gary's on, and you'll see that carbamazepine, Tegretol, can cause skin rashes. Crestor can cause skin rashes. And what was the other one? He's on the beta blocker. They can cause skin rashes too. Any of the 3 drugs, or all 3 of them, can cause skin rashes. They're common side effects. Skin rashes are a common side effect of prescription medication. So Gary calls me up. He's all freaked out. What's he going to do? He's all embarrassed about his acne. As clever as he is, or educated at least, he's got a master's degree in physical fitness of all things. And it never dawned on Gary that his medication could be involved in causing his skin rash. And sure enough, in classic corporate medical model style, there's a doctor-promoted pharmaceutical strategy specifically designed to tap into Gary's obliviousness, as well as into his money, into his wallet and his bank account. And this is why I'm here every day on The Bright Side. Our ignorance about our bodies and our health and how to take care of ourselves and how to help the body take care of itself more appropriately is killing us. With the help of this self-congratulating medical model that is so impressed with itself and has presided over a healthcare debacle of epic proportion. And we all know how awful the statistics are. I'm not going to repeat them here. But my point is, we can't blame other people. We can't blame the drug companies, and we can't blame the doctors, and we can't blame this medical model that's supporting itself and paying for its mansions and its Mercedes and its kids' college educations with our ignorance. We have to own up to the fact that we've been hypnotized into believing that we're weak, hypnotized into believing that we're helpless. Learned helplessness is what it's called. That's what psychologists call it. Learned helplessness. We've learned that we're helpless. We've learned that we can't control our bodies. We've learned that degeneration and disease is inevitable. We've learned that our bodies are complicated and you got to go to college for 8 years. You got to have a medical degree to understand our bodies. We have to have this 8-year medical degree to understand how our bodies work. And somehow, if we're unhealthy, our bodies, our health is best left into the hands of professionals. It's our ignorance, though. It's our fault. We have to take responsibility. I did a radio interview last week. I was talking about some of the ideas that we share on the bright side every day, ideas about the connection of the digestive system of foods, the relationship of digestion to disease, and the connection of sickness to sugar, and the link between a healthy body and healthy breathing. The same basic stuff I talk about here on the bright side every day. And so the radio host tells me that he doesn't understand what I'm saying because I'm using big words. This is a radio guy saying this, right? I'm using big words. He wanted me to say something like, take vitamins, or take the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and your illness is going to disappear. You got this problem, take this vitamin. You got this health issue, take this formula. Of course nutrition's important. Of course the Mighty 90 essential nutrients important. They're essential. They're must-haves. But it's not a question of take this for that. That's medical nutrition. That's the medical model applied to nutrition. Allopathic nutrition, I call it. You can get this take this for that on a million other radio programs. Take this formula. You got this problem, take this formula. You got this problem, take this pill. Take this for that, I call it. This for that. Take this for that represents the same kind of intellectual abdication of our responsibility to take care of ourselves, and it doesn't serve us. It doesn't make us better. And the drug companies, the insurance companies, the medical model, and the government predators and insurance companies, they're all banking on our abdication. And we have to own up to the fact that many of us believe that our health is too complicated to figure out. But on the other hand, the simplicity, the ease, the utter simplicity of being healthy, of getting healthy, of staying healthy can be misunderstood as well. It sounds too simple. If we're dealing with the breakdown of multiple symptoms, it seems like it's not simple. It seems complicated, and the simplicity of it is misleading, because when we hear it's how simple it is, we tend to tune out. When we hear it's just a question of changing what we're eating and getting on supplement program and relaxing and breathing, we think to ourselves, well, it's got to be more complicated than that. That's not high-tech enough. And this is why it's so important to turn our attention from our symptoms to the root. Because the symptoms, the leaves on the tree, yeah, it's complicated. There's 100,000 leaves on a tree. But there's only one trunk, and there's only one root. And at the trunk level and at the root level, it's simple. You're not going to heal a tree at the level of its leaves. Of course you're going to be overwhelmed. There's so many leaves on a tree. At the level of the leaves, yeah, it's overwhelming. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of leaves on a tree, and understandably, that's overwhelming. But for all those leaves, there's only one trunk. There's only one root. There's only one tree. Many leaves, one root. And the leaves are simply the effect of the rotten roots. Return to the root. Work on the root. The doctors will tell you we need to cut the leaves. We need to remove the leaves. We need to spray paint the leaves with green color and some brand new high-tech pharmaceutical spray paint. Sick leaves can be doctored, quote, doctored, unquote. They can be made to look healthy, to appear healthy. And we know our leaves look healthy because we have test scores that tell us that. They call it A1C, or they'll call it TSH, and they'll give us drugs so we can love our numbers. That's actually a commercial now on TV. Love your numbers. Can you imagine this? They're telling us to love our numbers. That's how we get healthy. We love our numbers. We'll have good numbers while we eat our standard American diet. So we can take our metformin and eat our cake too. And then when we pay the price for side effects, or we pay the price in side effects for all that cake and all those drugs, well, guess what? We got drugs for the side effects too. Listen up, folks. If we're not healthy, or we want to stay healthy, if we are healthy, we want to stay that way, this is an inspiring message. Health is simple. It is the opposite of complication, and we can get healthy, we can stay healthy by ourselves. There's lots of ways to do it. I'll throw something at you here when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 877-300-7645 is our number. The message on the bright side today and every day is that health is simple. If you're sick, these are my top 7 ways, top 7 strategies for reversing degenerative disease, for getting healthy, for staying healthy, for reversing whatever your illness might be. Number 1, first and foremost, eat less. Cannot express to you how important this is. Caloric restriction, adequate nutrition. Cran diet, eat less. Drink more water, liquefy your foods. It's so helpful to liquefy your foods. I talk about bone soup. I've been talking about bone soup for, since I graduated pharmacy school. We learned about the importance of cartilage and bone in pharmacy school. I remember a book came out back in the 70s, late 70s, early 1980s, somewhere around there, called Why Sharks Don't Get Cancer. Some of you may have heard of this book, and it was all about the importance of cartilage, shark cartilage in particular. But in pharmacy school, we learned about the importance of bovine cartilage, tracheal cartilage. Any kind of cartilage is going to be important for health because cartilage is loaded with body-building, immune system-building factors, anti-cancer factors, as this book, Why Sharks Don't Get Cancer, talks about. Liquefying your foods, making soup out of bones, bone soup, or out of a whole chicken, makes the protein in the chicken and the factors in the cartilage and in the bone more accessible to the body. Bone soup is one of the greatest gifts you can give anybody in a nursing home, or anybody who's in a hospital, or anybody who's recovering from surgery, or for children. It's tasty, it's delicious, it's loaded, absolutely packed with easy-to-absorb protein. Protein is typically one of the hardest nutrient to absorb, but when you liquefy the protein, you make it easy for the body to access the amino acids. It makes it easy for the body to access the immune factors and the complex sugars. So eat less, drink more, whether it's drinking your supplements, drinking soups, drinking vegetable juices, drinking water, eating less, drinking more. Even intermittently fasting using the Swear V can be a powerful way to restore your body back to health. Step number 1 in the top 7 ways to get yourself healthy: eat less, intermittently fast, drink your nutrients. Step number 2, supplement. You got to get on a supplement program. You're just not going to get the nutrients you need from the foods. It's not going to happen. The soils have been depleted. Once the soils are depleted of minerals, the plants that grow in those soils are not going to have the wherewithal, the raw materials they need to make the vitamins, they need to make the protein, and then we're going to eat the vegetables and we're going to be nutritionally depleted. This is why it's absolutely fundamental to supplement. This was Dr. Wallach's insight. This was Dr. Wallach's profound observation that he realized 50 years ago when he noticed that animals were getting supplements. Why? Because farmers' livelihood depends on healthy animals. So they made sure the animals were getting vitamins. And Dr. Wallach noticed that the animals were getting more nutrients than the people. Get on a supplement program. Watch what happens. Get just on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Experiment. Make your body a laboratory. That's what Hippocrates said. Let your body be a laboratory. Test it out. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Doc's word for it. Don't take Longevity Rep's word for it. Test it yourself. Get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine for 30 days. If you're experiencing any health challenge, call 866-735-2470. Tell them you want to try the Beyond Tangy Tangerine for 30 days. I'll tell you what. Give me a call right now at 877-300-7645. If you're dealing with a degenerative disease, I'll take the first caller who's got a health challenge, an intractable health challenge, and I personally send you out a Beyond Tangy Tangerine on me. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for the BTT. I want you to try this. I want you to observe it for yourself. All I ask is that you do it every day and that you call me back on the bright side and let everybody know what you experienced. I want somebody who hasn't tried this, hasn't tried the BTT yet, who's dealing with a health crisis or a health challenge, to call me right now, 877-300-7645, and I will personally send you out a BTT on me, pay for the postage, and all I ask you is you report back in 30 days and let us know what you experienced. I want everybody to hear what I know will happen, what I've seen happen for the last 17 years when somebody gets on a supplement program. 877-300-7645. RC, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey,
RC. Hey, RC from Santa Cruz?
Well, yeah, but I live down near Monterey. Here's what happened. We went down to vacation, and then we were in Escondido. We were going to go up to my aunt's Thursday for Thanksgiving. She was going to take us to this hoity-toity place. We walked in the house, and she looked like she had a stroke. We took her to the ER, spent 6 hours there, and it ended up she had a really bad UTI. They took her, they did an EKG, they did a chest X-ray, they did blood, they did urine.
Wait a minute, they gave her an EKG. She had hang on, Marcy. She had a urinary tract infection. Oh, they didn't know. Okay, gotcha.
They didn't know. We went into the ER and they started the protocol. They didn't know if it was because the heart, because she's 89 and myasthenia gravis, then a walker. Broke her femur in 07.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God.
In the rehab.
Who is this person,
aunt.
RC? Oh, your aunt. Okay.
My aunt. my aunt. I called you before she had a UTI about 2 years ago, and she was ready to slip into death. And I called, and when she got out, I gave her everything you told me to give her, and she was back, bam, just like a champ. She didn't do any BC, but she did the supplements. So anyway, we spent 6 hours there. After we were there about 40 minutes, 50 minutes, she said, I want to get out of here. I want to go. Let's go enjoy the day and blah, 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 blah. So we, against the PA's advice, we left because the CAT scan result hadn't come back yet. And we took her home. She showered because she soiled herself because she was laying in a bed for 5 hours. Took her home. She showered, dressed herself, put on lipstick, and we went to Marie Callender's because the hoity-toity place was over by then. And while we were there, she started slurring her speech. And you want me to hold?
Mm-hmm. You can hear the music? Hold. Hang tight, RC.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, hang tight. We'll finish up with RC when we come back from our break. 877-300-7645 is our number. Phones are starting to fill up now. You guys got to call in early so I can get to all our calls. So always wait to the last minute. 877-300-7645. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. All right, RC. You're back on, buddy. Finish up, and then I want to get to a few more calls.
Right, I'll go as fast as I can. So we went back the second time to the ER. They did the whole blood workup and all that. They didn't do a CAT scan or, because the test they'd already done, they didn't, but they wanted to do the blood and the urine sample again. So it ended up that her urinary tract infection had gotten worse. The CAT scan came back negative, so no stroke. And they put her, so the doctor was this gal was really terrific. She was really an advocate for my aunt. She said, I don't want to admit you to the hospital because you might catch something here. And my aunt popped up. Yeah, I caught C-diff when the last time I broke my femur. And he gave, so she was cogent and with the conversation. So they gave her, they put her on Keflex and been on it since Thursday. And she's improving. But I never knew that because we stayed with her until yesterday, and then now she's got somebody that's staying with her 24 hours till she gets, a lot better. But I never knew that UTIs would cause that kind of a mental fog.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you, RC, this is one of the underappreciated causes of mental health issues is gases that come out of the colon. And we're actually going to talk about these gases here in the next couple of days. Gases come out of the colon. They're called outgases from the bacteria that live, from the wrong kinds of bacteria that live in the gut. And this can be a cause of autism, schizophrenia, depression, lethargy, fatigue, all kind of confusion. Yes, indeed. That's the link between digestive health and the rest of the body is connected to every single health issue you can name, including mental health issues. So absolutely that can be related. And UTIs, I always think of working with the gut bacteria, the flora, for urinary tract infections. Thanks so much for your call, RC. Am I going to see you tomorrow in Monterey?
Yes, you will.
Okay, good. Nice to talk to you, buddy.
Okay, bye. Thank you very much, Ben.
God bless you, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's see. I got 5 more ways here that we can take care of our health, no matter what our health challenges are. Top 7 ways. Pharmacist Ben's top 7 ways to reverse degenerative disease. Let's take Chris real quick, and then I'll finish this up here. Chris, what's going on, buddy?
Just here listening to your show.
Is this my friend Chris that I haven't talked to for a long time? Chris?
No, actually, I'm from Austin. I don't never talked to you before.
Okay, we haven't talked. How's it going, man?
Good. I just listened to your show this morning as I was working. I work out of my car, and I was listening to the show, listening to what you were talking about, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
You want to take me up on my offer?
Well, yeah, I've had this since college. I had some kind of a weird throat infection. And
say again, what kind of throat did you say?
It was like a rash. And,
on your throat? On it or in
yeah.
it? On the skin or inside? On the outside or
inside?
Okay.
Inside, like basically from I don't know what, but it felt like it wasn't an infection. It felt like it was something different. Anyway, the doctor put me on antibiotics. I felt better for a couple of days, and then I get off the antibiotics after that one session. And this was like 17 years ago. And then it came back, but it came back worse. And then I went back to the doctor there at the university, and she gave me another set of antibiotics. I go back to it again like an idiot, and then it gets even worse after I get off that series. So at that point, I should have learned my lesson, but then she put me on a third dose, and then my whole entire intestinal tract just didn't work anymore.
Oh, jeez. Okay. And that was 17 years ago.
Yeah, but yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've been fighting with, I guess, what's called candidiasis ever since then.
Okay, gotcha.
And I just can't kick it.
All right. Well, candidiasis, candida, is a yeast that grows when our gut bacteria are messed up. Like I was just talking to RC. The gut bacteria are the core of everything. Once you mess up that gut bacteria, you establish the root of disease, and it's the foundation of health. Gut bacteria. Not a day goes by without scientists recognizing this with another study or another experiment or another article. So the first thing you got to do is restore the gut bacteria. The BTT, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, is definitely going to help you, but you should probably be on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and you should probably be on the Fucoid and Z product as well. But I'll tell you what, Chris, if you will send me an email, ben@ksco.com. That's my email address, ben@ksco.com. Put your phone number and your street address there. I'm going to send you out a Beyond Tangy Tangerine on me, and I'd like you to stay in touch with us on the radio program. We'll just do it. We'll trust you on this one, that you're going to stay in touch with us and let us know how you're doing. Now, you should also be on the good bacteria, though. The gut bacteria or gut flora are very important to kind of straighten out, and that would be the Biolumin Nightly Essence. But you'll probably notice some good results with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, especially if you've been dealing with a digestive issue for 17 years. The chances are pretty darn good that you're malnourished, because if you have a gut problem, you're not going to be absorbing your nutrients. So the BTT can help you there. Make sure you sip on it slowly. Don't drink it all at once. Don't try to drink two scoops in water all at once, because you may end up with some loose stools. But sip on it slowly all through the day, and then stay back in touch with us. Send me an email, ben@ksco.com. Please put your phone number on there and then your street address, and I'll send you out a BTT on me. And I appreciate your call.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Ben.
Thanks. God bless you, bro. Good luck with everything. All right. So we've got top seven ways that you can restore your body back to health if you're dealing with a degenerative health crisis. Number one, eat less food. Drink more water. Eat less food, drink more water. That means intermittently fast. Use your Swear V. Well, I'd like to talk some more about the Swear V, but we don't have time right now. The Swear V is Jordan Rubin's fermented whey product. It's made with fermented whey, and it tastes great, and it's an awesome energizing drink if you want to intermittently fast. You want to take a 3-day fast, 2-day fast, 1-day fast. It's step number one for restoring health. As soon as you fast, as soon as you eat less food, the inflammatory process will start to abate, start to slow down, and that's when healing can begin. Secondly, supplement. Get on a supplement program. I love the one that Dr. Wallach put together. It's simple. It's easy. It'll cost you about $3 or $4 a day. It's called the Healthy Start Pack. Call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Tell them you want the Healthy Start Pack. And while you're at it, throw in the Biolumin Nightly Essence. You've got to supplement. It is a must. If you want to be nutritionally viable, if you want to be physically fit, you have to supplement. Step number 3, breathe deeply, slowly. Practice it. It sounds silly, but we have to practice our breathing, and there's a lot of reasons why that's so. Over the course of decades, our bodies contract, our breathing slows down, or our breathing becomes more shallow, and we don't get oxygenated. Once the inflammatory process kicks in, it becomes more difficult for cells to get oxygen. Breathe. Breathing tells the body it's okay to heal. Breathing tells the body it's okay to grow. Breathing tells the body it's okay to thrive. Blowing off carbon dioxide in the exhalation is one of the best ways to detox. You don't need a detox formula. Exhale. That's how we detox. Exhalation blows off carbon dioxide. It blows off acid. It blows off toxins through the lungs. Breathe. Inhaling for oxygen. Exhaling for blowing off toxicity. Step 4, move your body. Move your lymph. The body is a hemodynamic system. It depends on the movement of fluids. As fluids move, this is called fluid dynamics. In the body, it's called hemo, meaning blood dynamics. As fluid moves around, it conducts an electrical charge. As fluid moves around, it delivers nutrients to cells. As fluid moves around, it improves the excretion of toxins through the kidney. As fluid moves around, it improves oxygenation of cells. Move the body to move fluids. As the fluids move around, electrical energy is conducted. Disease is partially or more than partially caused by coagulation and clotting and stickiness, fluids not moving around. Get a rebounder, run, even walk, go upstairs. It's not that hard to move the body, and all you got to do is 5 or 10 minutes a day. You don't need a membership for a gym. You don't need P90X. You don't need to be intensely working out for an hour a day. You need 5 minutes a day, or 3 minutes a day, or 2. If you've never worked out before, even 30 seconds a day can give you some benefit. Move your body. Get a rebounder. Jump on it for 30 seconds to 60 seconds. If you feel like you're coming down with a cold, a rebounder can be incredibly effective. Step 5, understand the link between mental and emotional health and spiritual well-being and physical fitness. Mental, emotional, and spiritual lead to physical. You can't be physically fit if you're not mentally and emotionally healthy and spiritually connected. And we don't talk about this anywhere nearly enough, but I will be talking about it more in the future. Mental health, emotional health, spiritual well-being are all intimately connected to physical fitness. It's not just supplementing, it's not just moving your body, and it's not just breathing. We have to be thinking correct thoughts and feeling correct feelings and spiritually connected, however that spiritual connection shows up for you. Step 6, relax, lighten up. Activate the relaxation nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. Step 7, focus on helping others. Take the focus away from ourselves and place it on others. Place it on how we can serve. How can we help others? Depression, sickness, all of these are a sign that we've been focusing too much on ourselves. Focus on helping other people. Eat less, supplement, breathe, move the body. Understand the link between mental and emotional and spiritual well-being and physical health. Relax, focus on helping others. Your top 7 ways to restore yourself back to health if you're dealing with any kind of degenerative health crisis. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, folks. If you're in the Santa Cruz or Monterey area, hope to see you out there tomorrow or the next day. You've been listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Have yourselves a spectacular, wonderful, awesome day. We'll talk to you later, folks. Bye for now.